Cavaliers leading by 7. And Detroit looking at who they've got. Randall against Thomas. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Looking at the numbers for Thomas, he's already got 9 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
And both free throws good for Thomas. For the Detroit Pistons, they come in off the loss to the Utah Jazz.
Guys, it was like there was a lid on the basket in that game. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Well, you know, the high-quality shots were few and far between for them, guys, and they have nobody to blame but themselves for that. You've got to do a better job of working harder to put up points.
Pistons trail by 9. They set the pick. Here's Basturk. The Pistons rebound. Back to Jones. There's the 3. Here's Vonleh. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
What a great nose for the basketball he has, and such a strong finisher as well.
Dellavedova, the pass to Thomas. The feed to McGuire. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feed. McGuire's got his first 3 points of the game.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Cavaliers lead by 8. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. And Serge Ibaka, becoming known for his shooting ability now, he talked about the confidence his teammates and his... Well, if you wonder how much difference... And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Thomas in at 2 guard. He's out there with Kyrie Irving, and it's McGuire in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the 76ers played some outstanding basketball. He had 29 points and rounded out a solid overall game, playing lockdown defense and finding open teammates. Numbers like that make you anxious to see what he can do next time out.
All right, Doris, thanks so much for the report. You had to just marvel, guys, at what he was able to do that night, didn't you?
You know what? It was the game of basketball being played at its highest level. No question who their MVP was in that win.
No question whatsoever, Greg. I mean, that's a performance he and his fans will remember for a long, long time.
2 open that time, made it look too easy.
Caught him off guard with that move. It definitely had the element of surprise. Nobody expected him to bust out a spin, but it worked beautifully that time.
1:06 left in the first half, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Randall kicks to Vonleh. To the inside. Not as good, and the Cavaliers lead cut to just 1 point on the basket from Randall.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Outside, Jones. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
And Thomas, here we go. Randall grabs the board.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Over to the left wing. They set the screen. Just 3 on the clock. No good.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Freak really making a difference here.
Yeah, he's been a revelation tonight, almost scoring at will in that first half.
Really hard to fathom he'll be able to keep it up for the next 2 quarters, but, you never know. It could be a special night for him.
Checking out the group for Stan Van Gundy to start the second half. They've got Anderson. Jones is out there with Caldwell Pope. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's Sims in at the power forward. The Cavaliers leading. Thomas gets a wide-open look. Yes! And it's Irving picking up the assist. And that's 15 points for Freak.
His ball distribution tonight just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals.
Clock at 6. Jones from outside. The shot no good. Cavaliers go the other way with it. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at them.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Dellavedova's checked in. Going with an almost entire new group here. The Cavaliers leading by 7. Thomas goes in, over to the left wing. And the pass to Dellavedova. That's good for Thomas on the assist from Dellavedova. And that's now 17 points for Freak. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Here's Bosturk. Here's Looney, and that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Vonleh's checked in for the Pistons. Thomas with the ball. He's got 17. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Thomas got 6 here in this quarter. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Cleveland.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they've defended the rim, as they've challenged every shot and also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
To the left side wing. Screen by Brand. Just 5 on the clock. It's off his foot, and it's being called a kickball. 1:09 left to play in the third. Thomas goes in, takes it from 10. Detroit with the rebound. Their last encounter was in Detroit.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Clearly, that was the overriding factor. A double-digit advantage on the boards. They just pounded them inside.
The shot by Vonleh no good.
How about him there, just bodying him up to make him alter the trajectory on that shot?
Definitely some very sound defense played on that trip.
There's the screen. Tries it from 9. Shot is no good, and Cleveland will come the other way.
No doubt the quarter just not going his way. Still scoreless.
Thomas, that's good.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
And here's the break. Here's Pavin. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. Thomas got 3 assists now in this one.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it. You can see it.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Cleveland leading by 13. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Thomas in at shooting guard. Baca is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Howland in at the 5.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Thomas against Anderson. Thomas gets the bucket. Thomas got 12 points in just the second half.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Jones dishes to Sims. Shot clock at 6. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. Detroit making a switch here. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. James, the pass to Thomas. Double team on Thomas. Passes it to Holland. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the Jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
In the break, guys, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Baz Turk.
They're not getting the open looks like they did in the first half. I think they're going to need to be crisp in their offensive execution here if they want to win this game. That means ball movement, solid screens, handling the ball, and then making good shots.
Here's Irving. Thomas goes in. No good on that one.
At the line, New York Cavaliers. 3. Taking 2 shots.
He hits the second from the line. Pistons trail by 11. Jones with it. He's picked up by Irving. A baseline J. And the shot no good, a bit short.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
And he gets it to go. And here's Jones. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. The dish to Drummond. Down low. Here's Baz Turk. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The Cavaliers leading by 11. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
And Thomas, here we go. Pass to Holland. Clock is at 3. The tray.
They haven't had as much success here in the second half from the three-point line, but that hasn't kept them from staying on the lead. They've missed more three-pointers this half, but they're still in good shape.
And he trims the lead to single digits.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
LeBron outside. Knocks it loose. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Baz Turk. Tries again. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
The Cavaliers leading by 6. LeBron kicks to Thomas. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. And now here comes Jones leading the break. And that one's good. Drummond.
Such a huge play, guys. I mean, that's a 4-point swing possibly. Tremendous steal and conversion right there.
And with the game literally hanging in the balance, a play like that is an igniter. That's where momentum can become a game changer.
And the shot is good.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
We've got 1:55 left here in the fourth quarter. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Outside Thomas. Outside Irving. Here's Holland. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And the Pistons making a change here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. The Cavaliers leading by 6.
Get the ball inside.
Thomas kicks to LeBron. Right side Irving. Cleveland moving the ball around. And Thomas, here we go. Holland the pass to Thomas. Double team on Thomas. Shot clock at 6. Unloads. And he swishes it right through. Thomas got 5 points now this quarter.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Drummond dishes to Jones, and Thomas over to help. Back to Jones. Sims kicks to Jones. Here's Caldwell Pope, and it's off the back rim, no good.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Top of the key, Ibaka. And Thomas, here we go. Good D by Drummond.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Here's Caldwell Pope, drains the 19-footer. Now Thomas, and that's an intentional foul. And so they choose to intentionally foul. And no good as the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second.
Taking 2 shots.
You got it.
And the second of 2 is good. That makes it a 7-point lead.
And I'm sure he would like to have had all of those, but he's still able to pad the lead.
Here's Jones. He feeds it to Caldwell Pope. Elbow shot. Money! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Wow, risky shot there size-wise, but the incredible skill that he possesses. That one to go.
Well, the quick high release negated any height disadvantage he had right there.
You got it.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Job well done at the line on that possession. They'll make things a little easier on themselves if they can convert those.
Okay, guys, the clock is our enemy now. Time to focus up and know your roles. Trust each other to make the play. Freak.
There's 18 seconds left in the game.
Take us home.
Kicks to Pittman. Over in the corner, Randall. Jacks up a 3. Can't get it to go. It's Thomas outside. No good. And so it's Cleveland winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final.
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, tonight another example.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game. Freak. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge factor.
I know Freak's going to have a lot of people back home in Harlem extremely proud of the way he played tonight. And they should be proud of him because his play was genius. Just a textbook example of how to gain a mental edge and continue to exploit it.
I don't know what got into him tonight. He caught the scoring bug and was just pouring it in the paint. That's the kind of offense he's capable of delivering when he sets his mind to it.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll watch the Miami Heat in this one as they go up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Checking out Cleveland, win this game, and they leave with the 7th best record in the NBA. A little added motivation for them, if they need it. And if you've been watching this team play lately, you know who they've been getting the big baskets from? Freak! He's been on a tear. How's he gotten so hot, Shaq?
Well, he's letting the game come to him on the offensive end. He's not forcing the shot, but he's still being aggressive, and he always testing his defender. And he's, Ernie? He smells that barbecue chicken down there. You can't guard this man one-on-one. Well, lick your fingers. The barbecue chicken is hot and crispy.
You're making me hungry right now, but...
Crispy barbecue chicken?
Ooh, that's...
Get up out of your seats and let them hit it!
Everyone is in their seat and buckled in at the American Airlines Arena as the Heat look to grab a win here in Miami. It'll be the defending NBA champion Cleveland Cavaliers.
All right, ready to go?
And the Miami Heat. Justice Winslow still injured. They're counting the days until he returns.
Yeah, Kevin, that's just terrible news. Never what you want to hear or see. With an injury of that severity, it's hard to imagine we're going to see him back out there anytime soon.
And you know what? You just got to push on. I mean, really next man up. And I think they understand the situation. There's no time frame, and so they just have to adjust the rotation and try to carry on as well they can.
And look at the starters for the Cavaliers. Thomas, he's in at shooting guard. LeBron James is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Howland in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Cleveland moving it around. Shots good by Ibaka.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
That's the ball.
That drops. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Outside Thomas.
Move the ball. It's sticking too much.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. 3 on 3. Love kicks to Stone. Off target from outside. On defense, the Heat fresh from a win against Portland.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
And so here is Miami following the three-pointer by Freak. And the basket by Stone. Stone's got his first bucket of the night.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. The Cavaliers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
And that's a little better than they did last year from the free throw line.
Here's Stone. He had 10 points in the win against the Trailblazers in Portland.
Yeah, but he set up shop at the free throw line. I mean, he just could not be defended out on the floor.
14 feet away, and no good, trying to use the glass. So for Cleveland, their last game, a win against Indiana.
And they may have been on the road, but you know what? They nullified any home court disadvantage in that game by how well they shot it from 3.
Shooting can always be a great equalizer. I mean, when you shoot like that from outside, it really makes winning on the road a lot easier.
Here's Bullard, following the basket by Freak. Powell, the pass to Bullard. Here's Isley. The rebound by Ibaka.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Thomas up top. Against Indiana, he was really on his game. Here's Holland. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. The Heat trail by 7. Powell dishes to Stone. To the inside, Isley. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
Yeah, and watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter. That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Inside, the pass to Bullard. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Bullard's got his first basket.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spacing. Spacing.
And the Heat with some changes. Isley's checked in for Len. Love comes in, and it's Powell in for Bullard. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Miami, they've got Isley, Tony Wroten out there with Corey Joseph. Then there's Kevin Love, and it's Powell in at the 3 slot. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pacers, boy, was he tremendous. He finished with 30 points and did his work from a pair of lines, hitting from both beyond the arc and from the charity stripe. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
All right, Doris, thank you. It really was a stunning performance. He was at his absolute best in that game.
And if he can come anywhere close to another performance like that here tonight, it would be amazing.
Yeah, it really would be, because you know now the defense is going to be focused squarely on him. They're going to make sure that he doesn't beat him again.
The Heat making a switch here. Stone's checked in. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Cleveland leading by 4. Outside Thomas. A minute and a half gone.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
And that replay is sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
Wroten, no good.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but, man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
Now Thomas, 14 points for him. Pass to Dellavedova. Clock at 4. Back to Thomas. Tries a 3. The rebound by Isley.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
And a brief check of the stats for Thomas. The past month has been surreal. Averaging about 27 points per, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. All-around brilliance for him lately. And, guys, he's really taken his play to another level.
He sure has. I mean, game by game, you can just see the confidence growing. He's put up large numbers to prove it.
Cleveland leading by 6. LeBron kicks to Thomas. And stolen by Wroten. Feeds it to Stone. And count the basket. He was fouled. And both teams making some changes here. And we've finished one half of basketball. Cavaliers on top, up 10. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Guys, I'm here with Kevin Love. And Kevin, facing a deficit at halftime, what do you guys need to do differently in the second half of this ball game?
Thanks, Josh. I mean, we're getting good ones and just, I don't know what it is. We had the day off. City got our legs under us.
And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight.
What a night so far for Thomas. He has 14 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 three-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
So on the floor for Cleveland, Thomas in at 2-guard. Ibaka is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Holland in at the 5.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Love kicks to Powell. The Cavaliers pull it in.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it. Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Passes it to Bullard. Back to Love. Love with the screen on Irving. Stone passes to Love. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Love's got his second bucket tonight. The Cavaliers leading by 12. Thomas kicks to Ibaka. Outside Thomas. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can.
Here's Stone, covered by Irving. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. For Miami, they have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. That one is off.
2.
And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both. For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. The dish to Thomas. Score that one for him, his 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. Defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense. Yeah, it's such a sweet 3-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
That's his first personal foul.
Well, we get a look here now at the small forwards with the fastest hands in the league and generating the most steals per game. 5th on the list, LeBron James.
I mean, if you're an opposing small forward, this could also be called a list of the league's most annoying players. I mean, they will be in your jersey all night when you're up against them.
Greg, they are an elite group of defenders. I mean, they don't just make it difficult for opposing small forwards. They pester entire teams with their activity, jumping in the passing lanes, being active with their hands and feet. Very impressive defensively.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build.
A different look for Miami. Lenz checked in for Isley, and Alexander subbed in for Kevin Love. The Cavaliers making a switch here. Outside Thomas. McGuire dishes to Thomas. 6 to shoot. From 11 feet away, and that one comes up a bit short.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Len, a screen. Now, here's Joseph. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Lets it fly from 18. Can't get it to go. And Cleveland will come the other way. They get to take on the Magic at Orlando after this one. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half, still bageled in the second.
Once again off the mark by Cleveland. The Heat trail by 17. Len, a screen. Joseph, the pass to Len. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Len's got his second basket of the night.
Bad matchup for the defense, no doubt about it. Doesn't have the height to influence the shot there. Never mind, block it.
Thomas goes in. Stolen by Len. Pushing it up. Here's Bullard. Lays it up and banks it in. Bullard's got 8.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Roten kicks to Joseph. There's 39 seconds left here in the third quarter. 6 on the shot clock. And Thomas over to help. There's the triple. Goes back up. It's hauled in by Thomas. The Cavaliers leading by 13. From deep. Again, Thomas missing. The feed now to Roten. Plenty of space. What a play! Simply trick.
Okay, ladies, now coming onto the court are your Heat answers. Let them hear you.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And the Heat shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. We've got Tony Roten, Kevin Love out there with Isley, and it's Powell in at the 3 spot. That's the group in the game for the Heat. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Kevin Love. 2.
He misses the free throw. Good on the second free throw. And here are the Cavaliers now. Irving dishes to Thomas. Knocked loose. And it's the Heat on the break. Here's Powell. Good on the shot, and that shaved the lead to single digits.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Thomas passes to Irving. Shot clock at 5. From deep, Thomas. Again, Thomas missing. The Heat trail by 8. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. The shot by Powell, no good. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Ibaka, wide open, he fires. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
They can't guard us on the perimeter.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Kev, Keith Smart was just going over the plan with his team. He got after them and told them to turn up the intensity, saying, we put ourselves in a corner, and now we've got to fight our way out. Show me what you have. Let's see if we've got what it takes, guys.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
Cavaliers ball. Cavaliers timeout.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
And a sloppy stretch for him. Now 2 turnovers in 3 minutes. He's got to focus in and value the ball.
Now here's Roten. James covering. And the rejection by Ibaka. On up the court. It's tipped. Here's Roten, and the rejection by Ibaka. Irving attacking. No good from LeBron. The Heat trail by 10. Love with the screen for Roten. The shot no good. Ibaka with some nice D.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Thomas. And that one is hammered home.
Oof, this guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, GA, he does not waste one of them.
And you know what? It's always going to be a powerhouse finish with him. We know that for sure.
Five to shoot. Drops in the layup for 2. Thomas got 24.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Here's Roten and Thomas with the block. LeBron with it. Kicks to Thomas. Screen by Ibaka. Thomas goes in. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. He's got 26. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Cleveland.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Powell kicks to Roten and stolen by James. Outside Thomas. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it. I mean, hey, it's been a tremendous all-around performance from this group. I don't think there's any question about that.
So both teams changing it up here. Miami with the ball. They trail by 18. There's 1:26 left to play in the final quarter. Len sets a screen for Joseph. He kicks to Powell. Bangs home the trifecta. Powell's got 5 points in the quarter.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Cavaliers.
And Clark, their hard work on the glass paid off.
You know, they both are excellent rebounding teams. I thought it was a tough battle underneath both ways.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win.
And they've put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series with this team. Tonight's win will give them a 2-1 edge with only one left to play.
You know, no matter what happens next time they meet, I think this was the biggest game they'll play against each other this season. Getting that 2-1 advantage means so much.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Thomas. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Clock is at 3. Here's Pavin. That one falls coming off of Thomas's feet. And the Cavaliers lead by 17. And stolen by Thomas. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
Boy, I love the serious killer instinct they've shown, finishing strong.
Here's Roten. McGuire with the rebound.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
Thomas outside. No good there. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. And as the fans file out of the building, now time to head over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak.
He was the star of the show for them on the offensive end. Over half of their points came through him. I think he was the number 1 option, the number 2 option, number 3 option, and then when the coach called timeout, he was still the option.
Seeing Freak dominate the way he did tonight reminded me of watching him play in high school. He was a man among boys. He was a 4-time consensus All-American back then. Overall, great game.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.
reason you had such a hard time taking care of the ball tonight?
Next.
When you score like you did tonight, do you feel like you could go 1-on-5 and still get yours?
Well, it's important to have confidence in your game, but no one ever got anywhere playing 1-on-5. I was feeling it tonight, but tomorrow it'll probably be somebody else. It's just the nature of the game, you know?
Well, it's no secret that you're approaching free agency. Are you going to give a hometown discount if they make an offer?
Yeah. I'm going to have to refer to my agent, Mr. Don Pagnotti, on that one. He's your man if you want to talk business stuff like that. All I can say is I'm focused on finishing this season. Doing the best I can with this team. I'll think about all that other stuff when the season's over and me and my girl Yvette are sitting on the beach somewhere in Jamaica. And that's the truth.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, I'm Ernie Johnson here for 2K Sports alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Precious few games left before playoff time as the all-important playoff seeding starts to solidify. And the pregame warm-ups wrapping up out there in Cleveland, where it'll be the Cavaliers against the Washington Wizards. And guys, for the Wizards, they've yet to win against this squad this season. 2 games, 2 losses. We'll see if their luck changes tonight. And guys, still some time left till tip-off. Establish yourself at that end of the floor. And when did you know you were in for a big night?
Well, for me, it was just about getting the basketball in the right areas of the floor, either off the dribble or off the pass. So if I knew if I got to certain areas of the floor, I was going to.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. With that road trip behind him, the Cavaliers ready to perform in front of their hometown fans here in Cleveland. Wizards beat them last time when these two teams met in Washington. They've still got the advantage up 2-1 in the season series, but they'd like to shut the door here and avoid a second consecutive loss to these guys.
Yeah, not a fan of moral victories, but that game in a lot of ways was a confidence booster for them because they really didn't have it that night and yet still had a chance.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I think they're one of the few teams that can play that poorly and still almost come away with a win.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Then there's Gill, and it's Flowers in at the 5 spot. Now, here's Thomas, coming off a stellar performance against Orlando.
That athletic.
Yeah.
Always some entertainment value when you go with the win.
takes to pulpit. Fix your coat, prepare for 40 below spit. 7 days of heaven's ways and hang-ups. Chris and Ryan again, and we wishing anybody who isn't wishing us well bankrupt. A L and whatever else ain't up. As far as me, I'm still caught up in all it. Still calling my expendables, cause it's hard to believe I can fit all of them boys in one. And the streets start trembling. It's way too many it seems. Too many witnesses. Up and down with their visions of what a street is. I call it the seesaw syndrome. Syndrome, maybe you make a mistake, you lose. And this is for the real hip-hop, so would never, ever, ever ask me, am I here to replace Guru?
Word, that's how you feel up on this track? Little try on that.
What you trying to rap now?
Yeah, yo, Royce.
What up, man?
We just lamping in the studio, you know, doing our thing.
Okay.
Bugging out, you know.
Right.
Little test run.